On this week's episode of The Crypto Mile, we speak to Belgium's Digital Minister Mathieu Michel to discuss the implications of MiCA, the Markets in Crypto Assets Bill, which will implement the EU's world-first framework for regulating crypto. And we'll also discuss Europium, a smart contract blockchain for the bloc's member states that could store property ownership, driving licenses, and professional qualifications for every European citizen. Mathieu Michel, welcome to this week's episode of Yahoo Finance's The Crypto Mile.
Thank you. I'm really pleased to meet you, Brian.
We're very fortunate. Now, looking at MiCA, like GDPR and PSD2 before it, will make it become the global benchmark for crypto and digital asset regulation, and could it boost the next phase of this burgeoning industry?
I think that it can boost the cryptocurrency industry in Europe because, Europeans are really strong to build regulation. And the purpose of our regulation is always to build trust in innovation, trust also in the GDPR, in the privacy, and so that's what we are doing. We see that the crypto asset markets and the crypto ecosystem is really some kind who is evolving really fast, and we think that we must build trust in those kind of evolution, just to be able to unleash the power that it represents. There are a lot of opportunities in the blockchain, the Web3, and the way we can exchange value in the digital world. But it has to be in a trusted ecosystem, in a trusted way to see the exchanges. That's why MiCA, to my point of view, brings the opportunity to unleash the power of the crypto assets and the crypto exchanges. That's for sure.
So, what has been the negative responses within the EU towards MiCA?
One thing that's really problematic, I think, in the way some are identifying crypto is to think that cryptocurrency is in fact a currency. That's for sure. If you think that cryptocurrency is currency, that's a mistake. To my point of view, cryptocurrency may be a little bit seen as a Pokemon. That's something that has the value that you will give it to it. So that's not currency, and that may be a bad way to identify the crypto assets. We only see, and a lot of people only see the cryptocurrency or the crypto assets as a financial tool. I see the crypto assets, the crypto markets, as the way we could exchange value, the way we could protect privacy. And that's why I think that it's a problem to only identify crypto economy around the cryptocurrency. Because, of course, there is no regulation. That's a little bit the Far West. And that's why with MiCA, we can define things. We can bring more transparency. We can build trust for the companies, but also for the customers. That's in fact how Europe is always bringing a little bit of order. If it looks like the Far West, it's by bringing trust through regulation. And the big challenge is always the same, is to find the just balance between innovation, security, privacy, but also be able of not restrain the power of innovation.
Do you see MiCA as assisting the EU in taking the lead in the digitalisation of, say, capital markets, financial services? And do you think that in time that could then lead to the EU sort of like taking trade away from other financial hubs such as London?
MiCA was not built to defeat competitors. MiCA was firstly built to unleash power innovation through trust, and in that way, it could help us to develop a strong ecosystem, because we have a lot of talent in Europe which have understood that the next wave in innovation will be Web3. As soon as we will be able to have a safe framework, I think that for the company that will be a safe place to invest. Because Far West can be fun, but it's also it could be also dangerous.
That brings us to the European blockchain service infrastructure and your concept about Europium. which is kind of a take on the Ethereum blockchain. So could you describe what developments are there so far about this idea of having a blockchain for the entirety of Europe?
Yeah, as you mentioned, right now there are blockchain used, but which are in fact private blockchain, which are not regulated. You mentioned the digital wallet. I could mention the driving license, or the way the driving license could interoperate between countries, or the identity card, or the passport, or the title of property. We know that blockchain has a huge value in accompanying those kind of evolution of the data. I spoke about the fact that blockchain is building value, or it's allowed to exchange value. The biggest value, I think, for me, is the data. The data which concern yourself, the title of property, a driving license, and so on. But if you want to have safe exchange, if you speak about cybersecurity, if you speak about privacy, if you speak about the way we imagine those kind of exchange of data, I'm convinced that it has to be on a regulated blockchain. It's like building regulated motorway, to say, okay, we build the motorway, we build the roads, and on those roads there are applications like the driving license, and I think that is really important. For example, if you take Ethereum is completely clear and transparent. Okay, that's maybe a good thing for some applications, but do you want your life to be exposed on Ethereum? Anybody can know what you buy, when you buy it, and so on. So if we build, that's why I think that EPSI is a good starting point, but that's a technical project right now. And I think that as a European, and probably for everybody, I think that we need to build some kind of political project about blockchain.
This blockchain for Europe idea, has there anything happened so far, or is it just still an idea? Is it just still conceptual, or has there been any work done by the EU on it?
It has already begun. So the EPSI is a project which exists right now, but that's the beginning of something. You know, there are some kinds of teeny applications trying to make some proof of concept. Belgium will have the European presidency in 2024, and one of my goal during that presidency will be to transform a technical project, EPSI, into political project. And so we are already working right now in Belgium and also with other countries on concrete application about blockchain. For example, we want to be in Belgium pioneer as we speak about the digital wallet, the digital identity.
Matthew and Mitchell, really exciting times for blockchain in Europe, and also discussing the implementation of MiCA. Thank you so much for coming on this week's episode of the Crypto Mile.
Thank you. That's a pleasure.